Welcome back to your favorite channel for everything about vintage coins and their hidden stories and values. Today, we're diving into the world of Australian currency and focusing on a very interesting piece, the Australia 10-cent coin from 1972. You might just have one sitting at home, but do you know how much it's really worth in circulated condition? Let's find out. Let's rewind the clock back to the early 1970s. Australia had already switched to decimal currency in 1966, replacing pounds, shillings, and pence with dollars and cents. And among the newly designed coins was the 10-cent piece, a small but significant part of daily Australian life. The 1972 Australia 10-cent coin features a beautiful design. On the obverse, we have the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Machin, which was used from 1966 to 1984. On the reverse side, there's a graceful male lyrebird, a bird native to Australia, known for its elaborate tail and mimicry skills. This elegant design was created by Stuart Devlin, the goldsmith and jeweler to the Queen, in 1972. A total of 22.5 million 10-cent coins were minted. While this isn't considered rare by mintage standards, it's a relatively lower number when compared to some other years. These coins were produced at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra and have been widely circulated across the country. So if you find one, chances are it has some history and where to show for it. Let's talk specs. The 1972 10-cent coin is made from copper nickel, that's 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a weight of 5.65 grams, a diameter of 23.60 mm, and a milled edge. These coins do not contain any silver, despite their silver-like appearance. Now to the part you've all been waiting for. What is the circulated value of a 1972 Australian 10-cent coin? A circulated 1972 10-cent coin generally sells for about $0.20 to $1 AUD, depending on its condition. Yes, that's right. It's usually worth just a bit more than face value unless it's in exceptionally good shape. If you have a high-grade circulated coin, say in VF, very fine, or EF, extremely fine, condition, you might get around $0.50 to $1 AUD from collectors or at coin fairs. But anything below that, in average circulated condition, will fetch closer to face value. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with minting errors, like off-center strikes or double edges. If your 1972 coin has one of these rare errors, its value could jump significantly, up to $10 or more, depending on the uniqueness. If you happen to come across a 1972 10-cent coin in uncirculated or mint condition, that's where the real value begins to climb. MS60 to MS65 grades, these coins can sell for around $5 to $20 AUD. Some particularly flawless coins graded by a professional service can even fetch higher prices from serious collectors. Oh, should you keep your 1972 10-cent coin? If it's a rare error coin, yes. If it's in uncirculated or high-grade condition, definitely. If it's heavily worn, maybe not, unless you're collecting by year. But remember, even low-value coins have historical and sentimental value, especially when they're over 50 years old. To understand the value of the 1972 Australian 10-cent coin, we first need to look at its history, a story that begins with one of the most important changes in Australian currency. In 1966, Australia officially adopted the decimal currency system, transitioning from pounds, shillings, and pence to the dollar and cent system we know today. This shift marked the birth of coins like the 1 cent, 2 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, 20 cent, and 50 cent pieces. The 10-cent coin replaced the pre-decimal shilling. And while it matched the shilling size and value, it introduced a completely new design, a modern touch for a new monetary era. The reverse side of the coin features the superb lyrebird, a native Australian bird known for its intricate tail feathers and uncanny ability to mimic sounds. This design was created by Stuart Devlin, a master goldsmith who was later appointed as the official jeweler to Queen Elizabeth II. On the obverse, the coin proudly displays the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Machin. This portrait was used on Australian coins from 1966 up to 1984, making it a familiar image to many collectors. The 1972 issue of the 10-cent coin was part of the ongoing minting tradition, produced by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. While not considered a rare year, it still holds historical importance as part of Australia's early decimal coinage history, a period that reshaped the nation's currency system. Every 1972 10-cent coin tells a story, not just of money, but of a modernizing nation, a new identity in its currency, and a legacy of craftsmanship from some of the most talented designers of the era. And that wraps up today's deep dive into the 1972 Australian 10-cent coin. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update about rare and vintage coins.